Hey everyone, Vince Montero here with Trivium Group, an Amazon advertising full service agency. We're here to help you with your PPC, and to that end, I'm doing a video series and a step by step guide of sorts for PPC sellers of all stages. I've already done a couple videos for beginners and intermediate, so if you haven't watched those yet, make sure to check them out. But if you are in a little bit more of an advanced stage, then these videos are for you. So to begin with, these are campaign types that you're only going to have access to if you are brand registered. If you are not yet brand registered, you definitely want to take care of that, not only for all the benefits that you get for being brand registered, but also because it opens up a new set of campaign types. And the first one that I'm going to deep dive into is sponsored brands. I'm going to talk about first and foremost the sponsored brand video ads. It is a topic that I do like talking about if you guys have seen my other videos, but there's a lot of good reasons for that. So if you want to watch all the reasons why you should be running video ads, make sure you take a look at some of the previous videos. But today we're going to be talking a little bit more explicitly about some tactics and even some tips and strategies that I have not yet shared. But why are these sponsored ads so important? Number one, it gives your product a boost of visibility that you can't really get from any other campaign type. That's going to really help shoppers find your product really quickly. That might really be helpful at launch if you have the bandwidth and budgets to be able to launch these types of campaigns. It's going to help grow your sales potentially, but it's going to build your reputation with Amazon shoppers. A survey that Amazon did last year said that 60% of shoppers really want to learn about more products watching video, which is why you're seeing more and more Amazon have different placements that are specifically for videos. So you guys are all familiar with the search results video. This is the standard video campaign that plays in the middle of the page, but there's also product detail page videos. So videos that live on particular product detail pages that you can target with your video ads, as well as the newer sponsored brand top of search placement that is launched earlier this year. Now, this is a brand new campaign type that I have talked about before, but again, a lot of people still don't know about it. I still can't find a lot of examples of it. So that's probably because there's a little bit of caveats for this one. You do have to have a store. If you do not have a store, you cannot run this campaign type because it goes directly to a store, unlike other video ads, which link directly to a product detail page. And you have to use the new ad group feature. Amazon included ad groups in sponsored brands. They're available in sponsored product ads. Now you have ad group capabilities in sponsored brands. But if you follow our best practices, you know you should only ever have one ad group per campaign type anyways. So again, this is a new campaign type that I actually really just wanted to share with you guys in Amazon so you can kind of get an idea because again, it is so new. So let's take a look at that. So here you can see I've already done a search and this just happens to be a client of mine. So I knew this would actually appear here, vertical bike rack. You can see this is a video ad. So now again, these go directly to a store. So if I were to click on it, it's going to go directly to the store for the product. This is a new direction for Amazon. And this is really helpful, especially for this placement, because it doesn't go to a detail page where a shopper can then be distracted by a bunch of different other ads. You are really able to control exactly where the shopper lands with this campaign type, any campaign types that lead directly to the store, which is your sponsored brand campaigns, even if it's not video you do have the capability to land them. And if you have lots of different products, this can be really helpful. Now, obviously, the video I clicked on was for this one type of rack. So that's why it led me directly to that page. So if you have multiple pages, you can really kind of direct where the shopper is going and what they are seeing. If you don't have a lot of products, you should at least have a home page for your one or two SKUs. And again, that is sufficient to really tell the brand story of your product, but also, again, control that shopper experience when they are shopping on Amazon. So hopefully I can go back and then you'll see it will autoplay again. Perfect. So again, and when talking about sponsored brand campaigns, these are super important, even if it's not video. Let's say I'll do another search. This also sometimes has a video. Today it doesn't. This is a standard sponsored brand placement. These are also super important for sellers once you get a little bit more advanced. You do have to have 3 products for this campaign type, though. As you can see from the other one, you only had to have 1. So you do have different ways that you can display your products. If you don't have video, you have to have at least 3 different products. But sponsor brand placements, again, super powerful. You can direct them to your store. This one also has a store. So it's a must do. If you are a little bit more advanced seller, you should definitely be taking advantage of sponsored brands as well as the video placement specifically. So I'm just going to scroll through so you can see the video that this is the standard placement for the video ad that most people are used to seeing. It is in the middle of the page. And then also now there's a brand new placement or newer placement, I should say, at the bottom of the page. I typically also see one here. It's the same product. Sometimes it's different products. But as you can see, the video is becoming more and more important to Amazon, obviously, because it works. The shoppers are responding to video in this one in particular. This product is something that you visually really need to see working in order to understand what it even is. So if you've got a product that actually does need any kind of explanation or has maybe a deeper brand story or product story, video really is super helpful in getting that message across so people can see themselves, in the using your product and making that purchase decision. So as I said before, there's also the placement on the product detail pages. All right, so let's just click on an ad so I can show you hopefully the placement of the videos on actual product detail pages. So typically the sponsor brand videos, you do have the capabilities to actually put them on detail pages, and it's typically towards the bottom of the page. So let's see. Here we go. So you've got 1, 2, 3 different video placements happening right now on this product, this one detail page. It looks like the first one plays automatically. So obviously placement is super important. It looks like there's even 2 pages, right? So it looks like the first video plays whatever it is on the page. So this is your opportunity again to have videos in a very powerful placement. It is a little further down the page on the product detail page. But again, if I'm not sold on this particular crutch that I was looking at and I scroll all the way down to get more information, like looking at the ratings and looking at the reviews, I actually might get stopped by one of these videos here and click on them and go over to that product detail page and make a purchasing decision. So again, this is just, reasons why you should be investing in video because of all the different placements that are now available on Amazon for these particular videos. Now, I do want to make a note that videos are not as expensive as they used to be. Now, people have, reasons for not doing videos, but I do feel like cost is a potential limiting factor. I've seen the simplest videos perform really, really well here on Amazon. Just, someone using a product. If you remember that vertical a bike rack video, it was just the person walking up to it and then putting it on a hook. That one actually sells better than the more advanced one that you might have seen on the store page that I showed you. So the simpler one actually responds better with shoppers. So you don't need to do super complex ones. There's lots of different video builders out there nowadays, even some within Amazon. So if you go and look for Amazon video creation, you can find, kind of cut and paste ways in order to create videos. So I just want to make that note because really the only thing that's limiting you is time. So let's take a look at some additional video tips. All right, so the number one tip for creating videos is know your audience. It seems kind of simple, but you really should do some due diligence and research and figure out how to best attract your audience with educational features and highlighting features, at least 3. If you don't have at least 3 features that you can highlight of your product, then you might have a bad product. You really should have at least 3 features to highlight, and that is the minimum suggestion for a successful video. Also, show your product super early in the ad. I've seen tons of different videos, whether they be ads or not, where the product isn't fully on display until maybe a few seconds in. Don't do that because you're potentially going to lose the attention of the shopper, which leads into the next. Keep it brief and focused. We recommend an optimal video length maximum of 15 to 30 seconds. Again, this is maximum. So if you go any longer than that, you are likely to lose the attention of the shopper. So you really want to get everything in the video in a short amount of time for the best response. Optimize the format. Videos should be understood without sound, and images should be easily seen on a mobile device. So basically, don't be dependent on audio. Make it very visual And also make it so that the product isn't in the background too much. It should be in the foreground. It should be large. People are watching these videos on their mobile phone, so it needs to be very easily seen. If the video is 15 to 30 seconds, keep in mind it will loop. So after 15 seconds over, it'll reloop another 15. If it's 30 seconds, it'll reloop if the shopper's still watching. So you might want to put an end card, which just means your logo at the end so people know, oh, the video's done, or make it consistent so that it looks like a longer video just because it's auto playing. Next is if you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of budget, use ads for your best sellers. If you've already got data, then you know what kind of keywords might work for particular products. Then put your focus on those particular ones to shoot, video around those particular products that shoppers are already interested before trying maybe newer ones or ones that aren't performing as well. Also, another no-brainer, use lifestyle footage. This is the best way to show a shopper that how to use your product or to see themselves using your product is with that kind of lifestyle footage. Use on-screen text if you can. It's not something that you have to do, but you might remember from the crutches video that I showed you, there was some text running to let the shopper know what the audio was saying. There were words in the audio, but we're not dependent upon it because we could actually just read the captions if we wanted to. And include a CTA. If you are actually doing any kind of text, then make sure you choose something simple to direct the shopper, to your product. Let them know to, go to your product detail page. You do have to adhere to Amazon guidelines. You can't have language like on sale now or buy now, anything too salesy. Amazon does not like. And we're going to go over rejections in a minute. But just keep it simple. A simple call to action is allowed. This is more for PPC, but target your competitor detail pages. So I just showed you a product detail page of a product and then a bunch of different videos on it. So all those, shoppers are finding top performers in their category, or maybe they're using even category targeting, which we'll talk about more in the next video. And, it's really powerful to have your product really showcased on another product detail page. So take advantage of that. Now, avoid rejections, not something a lot of people think about. These are just the top 5 that I have found. There are actually quite a bit of other ones that you can get your video rejected. So make sure you check in with Amazon. There's always links available when you're creating campaigns, and it will let you know. But use common sense. Don't have any kind of black frames. If any portion of your video is black, it doesn't look good. And don't have that at the beginning or the end. Don't waste time of the shopper. That's what Amazon doesn't want anyone to be wasting their time. Videos that are abruptly cropped, make sure your video isn't too, shaky or the scenes are cut, pretty abruptly, because again, that's not a good experience for the shopper. You don't want to see commercials where the commercial is all choppy. So don't include any kind of Amazon branding. Don't mention Amazon. Don't include the logo. Don't even put the little smile anywhere in your video. It will get rejected because those are all Amazon or proprietary to Amazon. Don't include customer reviews. I've seen some people try to get away with it. Sometimes they get passed, but eventually they get caught. This is something that happens with Amazon Video, especially even though it's approved at one point, they seem to be going through these review processes more and more. I have a client where every few months, it seems, a video that's been running for a very long time gets rejected. And then we have to go through and figure out what the new policy is. And a lot of times it's things like this, including customer reviews, any kind of star ratings or things like that. It gets caught because it's against the terms for the video ads. And this is a very simple one. I had to learn this one the hard way. I told this story on stage last year at a conference, but keep in mind the little mute button. Again, when you're watching a video ad, you do have the ability to listen to audio or not. It's always set to off, but if you want to turn the audio on, you have to click the little mute button to turn off the mute. You can't have text then in that area. If you've got text running underneath that little mute button, then the shopper can't see the mute button. So I had to do a video 10 different times as far as submitting it before realizing it was just the text that we had included in the video that was just getting underneath the mute button and causing the rejection, because the mute button needs to be visible. So now into some different tactics that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, this involves creating multiple types of video ads. So you do have to have slightly bigger budgets, but this tactic is already proven. So this is based on data that you already have. So PPC keywords that you already see are working. So, what you can do, you should be looking at your search terms on a regular basis. Look at maybe some 5 or 10 long tail keywords that are actually creating some sales. Now, I'll give you the example of a bedside table. So, like a breakfast table that breakfast in bed. And let's say you're selling that and you're seeing a bunch of different sales from terms like foldable tray table, folding bedside table, foldable breakfast table, things like that. So the word folding and foldable, you're seeing quite a bit, but you don't have that feature in your video. So you're selling it because that is a feature of it, but it's actually not visible in your creative or in your video. So, or let's say it's in the video, but it's towards the end. So if you just move that to the beginning, if you just added the folding feature to existing video, if you just did new creative showing the foldable video or showing the foldable feature of your bedside tray table, you already know that it's going to have sales because you should be basing this on particular data. So, like I said, you should have at least 3 features and benefits of your product. Hopefully, you have a lot more. And this is just basically saying, look at your data and see if there are more types of features that you can highlight in your creative and in your video. What are the benefits? It talks to more types of shoppers or specific types of shoppers because you do have data saying, hey, shoppers are searching for this particular feature. So that gets them engaged. Obviously, it increases consideration because you're already seeing the sales and it moves other related videos off of your page. You need at least 5 videos for that to be removed. So, what I'm talking about is on your product detail page, you have the option to add videos. They're not ads, but you have the option to add videos on your own. So if you're making these multiple videos, just go ahead and go to your product detail page and start adding those videos there to kind of bump off the competition from your detail page. And of course, the more videos that you have running in different areas, whether they be ads, whether they be on your product detail page, in your store, on your A plus content, which you can now do as well, it deepens the branding effect with shoppers. Shoppers that see more videos of your product think that your product is more on the level with maybe even larger brands and certainly with lesser known brands that have just been selling similar products for a longer period of time. So you want to make sure that you leverage that kind of brand building capability of the video ads. Now, here's an extra tip that I haven't really shared before, except in a big training session. It's for video or it's for creative. So AI heat maps or AI attention heat maps. Now, this is simply what viewers focus on when they are looking at images. Now, in this example, you can see this orange and yellow and green. The red is what is the most focused on in the images. So you've got 3 different images on the top. That's how they look regularly. And then you've got the same images below, and you can see based on this AI, it's letting you know, hey, this is where the shoppers are looking. So obviously, the one with the strongest, most red or the most color, that is the one that's going to be the most powerful. It's going to be the one that the shoppers are most attracted to and are most likely to click on. So you do want to take advantage of this AI when updating these creatives or maybe when updating your video to include these new features. There are a lot of different paid services. The one I was just showing you was Zyro.com, and you can just upload your videos and they'll run the AI on the background and let you know which images have the most, focus. Now, most of these are designed for websites, but they work equally well for analyzing any kind of creative or videos that you might be even using, obviously, for Amazon. But here's a tip on how to do this basically for free. YouTube has its own AI attention heat map built into the loader. So let's say you have a new video that you're creating and you're, maybe for the tactic I just shared with you, but you don't know what to make the thumbnail or you don't know what to maybe also use as additional creative. Just upload it into YouTube. You don't even have to download it or upload it to an active live video onto YouTube. You're just using it for its AI heat map. So a lot of people don't know that when you do upload the video, YouTube will give you 3 images. You can see that's circled here. And the first image is basically YouTube telling you, hey, this image is the one that's going to get the most attention. Make this your thumbnail. So it's the same AI heat map technology as I was sharing with you before, but it's for free. So you don't have to actually upload your video. You just are using it to figure out what in your video is going to get the most attention. So that is it for part one of the Amazon PPC for advanced sellers. I hope that you guys got some, interesting tips out of this one. And if you have any need for additional help with your Amazon PPC, of course, Trivium is here for you. And we do offer a free PPC audit. There is a link below that you can click on and just sign up for a free audit from our team here at Trivium to help you with your PPC goals.